武士たる者、戦いに臨んではただ己の敵を倒すことに専念すべし。一切の喜怒哀楽、さらに情けは無用なり。邪魔立てする者、それがたとえ神といえども仏といえども、これを切るべし。これすなわち戦いの根本に隠れし奥義。
Yo, it's Quintic Calabi. It's been over a year since I brought y'all to the 5th dimension, and now we're going back. Grab your swords, it's time for the Revenge Volume 2. Coming to you live from the 5280. Yo, got a manic look on my face like I'm Jack Nicholson from The Shining, chopping a hole through your door with an axe that's fucking blinded. Forge a mithril, obsidian, and ophidian scales off a basilisk from the meridian. What a hideous tale. Equipped with an eagle claw whip, I ripped out her eyes. I'll slip, I was open to the notion of severing blood ties. And of course I mean the ties that bond a soul to the earth. But a serpent's sole purpose is to separate and assert an evil take and bait perspective on the present situation. I'll show you one of my ample examples. This is not imitation, this is a demonstration for the non-complacent population who has placed themselves adjacent to the mainstream fucking slave ship. Fuck wasting my time, I'm based in a brine and a turkey. So people call me Quintic Quinjamin, but don't you call me quirky. My only quirk is all this motivation that I murk. Keep the average MC pacing when they peep my work. Heed my words, you ain't worth the nutrients encased in 300,000 elephant turds. And if it's words you're gifted with, dig the wax out your ears and listen in. Fuck you sycophants, interlopers and Vulgarians. The hate of me, my mind in a state of anoesis. White hot, it'll burn your fingertips off if you grip the thesis. Shred you to pieces with the teeth of ferocious species. Panthera, Caucambodon, Crocodile, Iola, Megalodon. You won't even make it to Hades, I'll drown you in the Phlegethon. Try to mic around your neck and kick that pedestal you're stepping on. Tranquility, loyalty beyond measure, but not to the point of obscuring knowledge of a cause worth sacrificing your life. First a dog's death over petty, egotistical strife. Mercy exercised relentlessly in reconciliation, but lack of motherhood instincts, brute force is abrasive. So justice and rectitude are the main motivations for any blood spilling, and self-examination of the soul must be willingly given. Know thyself in all dimensions, emulate yourself and see how the gods fail with it. But before you make that decision, make sure your head isn't a few screw turns loose and you're diving headfirst into a tradition so closely aligned with honor that you've forgotten the difference between a morbid mind consumed inside with divine intervention and cowardly swine trying to escape the third dimension. Training won't allow your courage to be this inconsistent. When knowledge is truly attained, it's assimilated in the mind. To know and to act lack separation of any kind. So duels are preceded by a call to the corner. This is Bushido, this is the way of the warrior.
I don't believe in anyone but me and what I can do. So what's up? You want a piece of me too?
I'm the same. I have faith in myself and my soul, nothing else. When I left Bosco Juarez's gang, I thought to myself, by using my skills and my strength, I can get whatever I want out of life. But the world doesn't work that way. There are times when you have to agree with people, even when you think they're wrong.
A lot of horse piss.
What's that?
Hey, you can make all the excuses you want, but you're the one who decided how to live your life.
Seriously, it turns out that castration is like the easiest surgical procedure around. And thousands of farm boys all across the country guard their own livestock. So I figure if they can do it, then I can pull it off, if you know what I mean.
Not fucking livestock.
You keep telling yourself that stuff.
It takes a really small man to corner a child in a room, start rubbing his hands all over like he's about to start fucking you, and then pay you $1 so that you don't tell the truth. Not too bad because your God has other plans for you, thinking you got a good scam that you caught from Vietnam. Psychological repercussions made you misuse those hands, but the only thing Vietnam made you was a brute. You got used to raping the women and children whose homes your platoon would loot. You better boot scoot back to the dumpster where your mother abandoned you. Societal and spiritual debt, irredeemable even by some cuckoo. I can't fathom the inconceivable life that you choose to live. Momentarily ponder if you've repressed your mistakes, lying about being retarded. Memories formulate your spank bank, crying as you're arrested. Did you really think you could evade fate? I got plans for you. You'll be my law-abiding citizen Kane. Could you blame a man who clenches his hand in righteous hatred? I've got generations of women's innocence to avenge, so shut the hell up. I was playing Nintendo when you were still touching bodies under the bellocks. Only girls age 10 and younger make your phallus swell up. Envelop your mind in a vial of the purest LSD. Torture you for weeks, remove your eyelids and one of your kidneys. Force you to relive all of your deepest, darkest memories. By reversal, you're the recipient of all your sadistic, distorting, life-altering actions, and only innocence was extracted. Don't tell me, just relax, kid. War vets don't get to rape and molest and still get pats on the back. Shit, the soul bender's back with a vengeance. Eye twitching, got you shitting your pants because you know your pathetic life was never in God's hands. And if you're a child molester at one of my shows, go kill yourself, cause I'll smell the fear permeating through your clothes. I know it's the way you control your heart rate, breathing in and out your nose. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a molester by the toe. If he hollers, make him keep hollering. No, please don't. As you remove the brain through the holes in his nose, make him moan for God in a forgotten foreign tongue. Lock him in place with chains so he can't run. Exposed for days till the sun's rays, temperature's 101. Bodies encased in clay and then desecrated by sanction.
Well, that's that whole nature versus nurture question, isn't it? Was I born a cute, vindictive little bitch, or does society make me that way?
And fuck that two-faced Justin Chin-Chin, sexual harasser who'll suck his own cum off his sister's chin. Better hope we don't ever end up in the same dark alley, bitch. I'll gouge out one of your eyes and fuck the empty socket so you have to watch it till you start twitching like the Nazi whose head the band you collapsed in. Like a Parkinson's patient having a seizure, fucking spastic. I'll crush your thoracic curve and disorganize your lineaments. Separate bone from muscle, facial tissue and the tendons. Spending thousands on Molly 8s, cocaine and plane tickets. Abusing your employees, participating in alcohol interventions. Pathological lies show your intentions in and of themselves. You lost your friends, business, your family, and you can only blame yourself. Squelch, squelch, the only sound that will permeate your lips after I melt your esophagus with sulfuric acid in a liquid form. The world values your life like a canine excrement sack, and your breath smells as bad as a colostomy bag. Cause all you consume is dirty puss and nasty ass, and it ain't sexy at all. Tell your bitch to take a bath. You two-faced like the mayor from nightmare before Christmas, leaving you possessed toys contaminated with syphilis. Found in a pile of rubble cause I built your house with no cross beams. Rapist mentality like Jerry Sandusky. Rusty trombone with cyclone intensity, I destroy your home. Piss in your pants and I'm reporting shit to the cops like Joe Paterno. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. If a boss is sexually harassing you, then let him know. You won't take this shit no more. With a wake up call by the police at 3 in the morning, drag him out and disgrace him publicly. Make sure his wife and family know what a slimy worry is. I don't savor my favorite food the same way I savor vengeance. There's no way you could defend this. Let's end this with one calm, powerful strike. Your victims' pussies into cesspools and porn stars in the tights.
Your only chance to right the wrongs you've done and repay all people whose lives you've destroyed is to kill yourself.
Currency breeds evil and perversion in men, that's right. Don't believe me, go find Datsick and ask him how's life. I ain't saying he wasn't a rapist before he had money, but the funding only aided his efforts. Shit's not funny. Nothing about you is noble, no quality that's admirable by anyone with a spine or a moral compass that's viable. Emotions indescribable with the present vocab. As soon as I learn the words, I'll write a verse and revert back to the stone shack where I sip yak, snort cocaine and smoke fat blunts as I compose plans of attack by the hundreds. Number one, I'm slamming the gavel down on Christopher Columbus. In the end, he wouldn't be worth the schleem used for a plumbus, even if he could traverse the world's circumference. The only reason he discovered anything in 1492 is he raped his cousin, royal-blooded, so they couldn't execute him. In hopes of no return, they sent him on an impossible mission, but what was accomplished was the rape and pillaging of indigenous villages. Been nice about this shit too long, I'm about to start killing again. It's time for an adventure, let's go visit my friend Hudson Abadir and welcome any soul into his home. That's the Katanosapien. When we leave, you might be an empty shell. I just want that to be abundantly clear. The fear in your eyes is appropriate for the situation. Me and her and chill, but this is like your final destination. Any last proclamation or autobiographical summarization. Hope is not near, we all flow with Abadir. Tattoo this on your brain so you can read it when your eyes roll back. Even if your life's depicted on stained glass, it was only for the crack. The irony made the people laugh. You can find clothes and friends, but not respect or class. We celebrate your death from generations to come and after the past. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a rapist by the toe. Inject him with Aristotle and make his dick hard. Peel his eyes so he has to watch you cheese grade his dick off. Turn your head, mouth cough as I castrate you like a steer with a ratchet strap rubber band. Eyes wide like a deer in headlights. Drown you in lice mutated to the ugliest skin and devour you from within like mutiny on slave ships.
You want some souvenirs? No? Should we do a thing? We could grind them up in the garbage disposal.
I'm not gonna stand here, present some egghead scientific argument based on fact. I'm just a regular dude. I like to drink beer, you know, I love my family. Rock flag and eagle. These liberals are trying to assassinate my character. And I can't change their mind. I won't change my mind, because I don't have to. Because I'm an American. I won't change my mind on anything, regardless of the facts that are set out before me.
It seems egregious to say the least. We elected an ex-host from reality TV.
He's a great businessman. He can really help this country.
Making development deals with the corrupt Saakashvili. Using his name as a brand to procure investment advances on soils. Using toils and torture on political assailants. Let's pull the curtain back and unveil this truly horrendous tale of sexual harassment, tax infractions, questionable ethical racket tactics, defaulting on loans in an anxious fashion. U.S. banks won't even back him overseas. He seeks fast fashion stash and colluded investors in the only factions. Financiers answering to the same bastards. BPA with the Fortune 500 plaque. Self-dealing bill, pilling board members lack. Initial companies fall in transaction backwards. Tatishev's been jerking his own yurkin, making money out of false profits on land purchased by Silk Road, then sold to a subsidiary. A common scheme seen by prosecutors in money laundering. Someone should have done their due diligence. Apathy and dirty money got you caught in a predicament. The government that you did business with kept a dossier of your entire business trip, and I think that the details are risque. Maybe they discovered an unsavory event from your past. Maybe they got a video of a girl pegging you in the ass, or pissing in your face as they laugh while you shower them in cabbage. So much cocaine and alcohol, your stomach and liver need a lavage. Little blue pills erecting the tower of a flaccid savage. But the funds came from a bank full of devious action. 10 billion missing like the bunny in a magician's hat trick. After an investigation of the malpractice, the Kazakhstan government seized the assets and gave control to Timur Kulibayev, an ally and friend of the Russian Federation, and Vladimir Putin. A common interest in the nations cannot be disputed. Whether the info was shared through gossip or between palms, it provided a board member seat at Gas Giant Gazprom. But there's no connection between you and Russia. That shit is absurd. Fuck you, Donald Trump. Aesop Rock has the best words. Display that braggadocio. Keep talking about your net worth like no one's aware of the $2.5 billion of debt you deferred. Childish behavior, calling names like Little Rocket Man. Is global thermonuclear war games your fucking plan? Or maybe there's something you know we know about Russia's hand. Or possibly you're trying to force the country into a position where Soviet alliance is the lesser of two evil solutions. Your mind's polluted, not prestigious. Take heed, this presidential advice. Speak softly and carry a big stick. Just stop being so loquacious and keep pretending you got a big dick. Regardless of anatomy, your soul has a micro penis. Money hungry hoes cackle after payment for your libidinis.
Maybe we can get these dudes to help us.
These guys won't help you. They're all complacent sheeple.
Talk about immigration like we are a nation of immigrants. Talk about liberation like we didn't start the pestilence in the previous generation. And only 2 presidents ever tried to give Congress the right to produce its own currency. The first was Abraham Lincoln and the last was John F. Kennedy. The private banking corporations would never allow this to happen. Almost every president's been upon serving their masters. Faster, faster, on delay, hear me pontificate. The basic morals passed down by any clan of the human race. Love thy neighbor, that's innate. Don't murder, loathe, rape. But that's forgotten with a rotten apple whose mouth is left agape. How blindly some people ignore a wolf in sheep's thread. Oh, that reminds me of the time my wife said this crackhead on the bus is threatening to follow me home, murder and rape me. So I met her at the stop and we fled to a public bar for safety. And our phones wouldn't connect as we dialed 911. So we asked the bartender if we could borrow hers, and she said, now I understand someone threatened to violate and end the life of your wife, but I don't want the cops getting involved with my business tonight. That's fucking pathetic, and everybody karma catches up to regrets it. So the day you're raped in a public place and nobody steps in, keep clenching your teeth. It'll be easier if you stop fucking struggling. And it should come with no surprise that she voted for Trump. All he promotes is a lack of humanity in everyone. Added $1 trillion to the national debt in an hour based off the vote of some illegible text. Don't tell me root for the home team or get out of the fucking stadium. If Martin Luther King had sat back, whites would have continued degrading men. And it's not over. Progress isn't made with status quo obedience. The home team's torporific. Fuck them. Let's abort the laziness.
Instances are on record where individuals attained to supreme power in a single state without benevolence. But never have I heard of a whole empire falling into the hands of one who lacked this virtue.
I know many males who take the word bitch to a new dimension, but instead of leaving you guessing, I thought that I would list them. Rex Tillerson, Stephen Mnuchin, Scott Pruitt, and Betsy DeVos, denouncing climate change, cutting taxes and public school funds. Don't forget Jeff Sessions, Sean Spicer, and Roy Moore, promoting racism, fake news, and sexual assault towards women, uninhibited and backed by political adamantine, unchecked for too long by the police or the powers that be. And last but not least, the commander-in-chief, although his only command is that his followers retweet. You're hateful, you're bigoted, and a sexual predator. Go fucking kill yourself if you wanna make the world better. damn right I'm bitter. I recall my wife was terrified, like the results were written booster feed. And on election night, she called me on the phone with a voice full of tears, fearing the treacherous denouement if women will be revered. A saboteur of politics, hiding behind the glorified White House monolith. You really expect me to believe that you're draining the swamp? Bullshit. There's only 2 non-millionaires on your entire cabinet. A total of $4.5 billion they're collectively stacking. Not lacking the revenue streams to kill dreams, but you're getting the money out of Washington. Tell me fucking how. Gotta say this shit for everyone in the country who's scared to speak up, cause you're the type of president who would revoke people's freedom of speech just for talking some truth. You're a nasty liar, capiche? And if you don't stop, the next plane to Guantanamo Bay has a seat. I don't trust your faults, noblesse oblige. You probably crush the spines of the poor under the heels of your cloven feet. A whiffler who can't remember his last opinion on anything. It changes depending on which media outlet you're hiring. Even though after releasing this he'll probably fucking sue me under the highest level of scrutiny. I seize the opportunity to convey a profound message that catches the ears of the soon-to-be crass who know you got a soft spot in your ass. You only love fluency. Hack my computer or threaten my life. There's not shit you can do to me. The checks and balances is proof of your inexistent sovereignty. You can sit in the Oval Office and pout all you want. I'ma sit on my couch and smoke this blunt. Once and for all, disregard the memory of his name. The oldest president-elect with the high school girl Twitter game.
City hands, Mr. Cooper. Cooper, money, oil, money, oil.
That's how people like you work. Your ego is so out of whack that it will do whatever it can to protect itself. And people with a messed up ego can do these mental gymnastics to convince themselves they're awesome when really they're just douchebags.
Sick of these mental acrobats with their Olympic fucking talent for being able to stare the truth in its face and look right fucking past it. Yo, mental gymnastics got you feeling fantastic. About to give me an aneurysm, so put a gun to your head and blast it. Far too much time has passed and I'm through being sarcastic. Abracadabra, wanna see a hat trick? I got 3 different ways to make a razor blade disappear inside your stomach. One involves a wand and an ancient spoken dialect. In another instance, I'm force feeding you a stainless steel-laced omelet. And last but not least is reverse C-section surgery. Turn my nose up, scoff, Kalubi, and spit at your maladroit attempt to salvage this relationship. Divide you in 2 at the waist. Bitch, call me Jaws, but I'm quit guiding the ship. All I need is these stars and these barrels of rifle, and I'll keep hunting these sharks. Kinkos in the water, deceptive distraction, surgical extraction of the organs with explosives. Cloud of a rain for the lion hand, sing you to your tomb like the pharaohs in the pyramids.
You act like prey, but you're a predator. You use pity to lure in your victims. It's how you survive. I survive because I know everything. Then Snake survives because children wander off, and you survive because people think, oh, this poor piece of shit, he never gets a break. I can't stand the deafening silent wails of his wilting soul. I guess I'll hire him or marry him.
It's not been easy for me. My father gave me a small loan of $1 million.
I promise.
I will give you $1 million to your favorite charity, paid for by Trump, if you take the test and it shows you're an Indian.
On the Russia investigation, are you concerned?
I'm not concerned about anything with the Russia investigation because it's a hoax.
In less than 2 years, my administration has accomplished more than almost any administration in the history of our country.
Nobody's stronger than me. Nobody loves the Bible more than I do.
Nobody builds walls better than me.
I know words. I have the best words.
I am the Golden God!
Something that happened in your presence that you didn't remember during the time that you had been drinking?
No. We drank beer, and
Don't get rattled by all of this. We're gonna plow right through it.
You're sad that people are mean? Well, I'm sorry. The world isn't one big liberal arts college campus. We eat too much. We take our spoiled lives for granted. Feel a little bad about it sometimes. No. You want to put all your shit up on the internet and have every single person say, hooray for you. Fuck you. You're all pricks. And I've got news for you.
If you're living in the world today, you be hearing the bullshit people say.
It's scary being a man in this day and age. And who the fuck is still talking about climate change? Are you deranged?
Just harmless, like when a bitch resists.
Just grab her by the pussy. The sexual assault charges
won't disqualify you from running for president. Shit, even rapists can still be a Supreme Court justice. Fuck this, freedom of speech protects white supremacists,
but not a black man taking a knee in a peaceful protest.
You can twist the motives into aimless hysteria, as long as in your heart resides pride
for a shameless America. Like we need a $5 billion wall. It's fear-mongering racism, that's all. No redundant talks complaining about pain unless it falls. Cause fear and violence keeps the public shut in and enthralled.
I'll tell you, to me, the second most important thing after love what you do is never, ever give up. Don't give up. Don't allow it to happen. If there's a concrete wall in front of you, go through it, go over it, go around it, but get to the other side of that wall.
Absolutely no million knives at home can compare to these. Please, just give me 1 minute to show you a demonstration. Sir, do you have just 1 minute to spare to watch a demonstration of these knives? These are state-of-the-art pressed steel with a carbon fiber handle, handmade in Japan. Watch how easily it slices through this old Bluetooth speaker, and then still makes a perfect slice through this tomato. Now can you refuse that?
Yes, I can. Have a nice day.
Oh, too smart to buy, eh? What if I told you could be part of the sales team, making 50% commission? Sir, seriously, I just wasted my only Bluetooth speaker and tomato on you. Sir. Oh,
People, listen to me. Reality TV stars are running the country. Constant natural disasters are killing us. The world's nations will not stop the military conquests. There are obvious signs from our Lord and Savior that the end is near and we need to repent. Where do you want to spend eternity? Sir, do you know where you're going to spend eternity when you die?
Nope. And neither do you, man.
Oh, how dare you speak to me with such insolence? I am the voice of hope and reason chosen by the hand of God himself. And he will smite you like those who openly mock him first and foremost. Maim, do you know where you will be spending eternity? Because if you haven't already given your life over to the one true God, you will surely be spending it in the depths of hell.
Nobody who can touch me, dog. Seriously, come out to the show and I'll blow your fucking minds. Hey, bro. You got any plans this Friday? But you should be planning on watching my DJ set over at Beta. Seriously, I'll bet you 100 that you don't know anybody who can DJ better than me. I'm gonna be the next Skrillex.
No thanks, man. Maybe when you decide to be the first you instead of the next Skrillex.
Oh, I see. Fuck you too, then. But seriously, if you want a free download of my 2-minute preview of my new song, give me a like, comment, and repost on my SoundCloud, Instagram, and Facebook, and it's all yours. Just type in Infected Sawtooth. Hey guys, how's it going? You guys got any plans this weekend?
God damn. Can't deal with these fucking people. Sometimes a guy can't get any peace in this bitch. I think I need to take it.
Tired of these jabronis, keep me smoking for my sanity. Poning, moaning citizens, loaning minimum hopeless inanity. Vanity's breeding stupidity, my generation is truly deracinated from the conviction, pullulating wiser addiction to setting societal bars beyond the stars in science fiction. Hold steady in my moral spines like suspension bridges. Superstition bridges the gap, separating fiction and fact. That's why Nat Geo with no reasonable evidence intact. The specials on the Loch Ness Monster, SMH, forehead smack. It's the lack of public action, breathing life into these shows. We'd rather worry about fashion, fuck thinking about clothes. I'd rather wear the same outfit every day, like a cartoon on the reel. I wish I had 10 pairs of these shoes. My eyes change colors like a chameleon, ever changing with the textile environment that I appear in. I see you sneering, I'm not so insecure that I would Fendi. Got a jacket with a hash pin built into the fucking drawstring, stringing you with a guitar string off my grandpa's lap steel. Constant internal debate over my kismet. After the spiel, here's the deal. Real music is just so hard to find. Bruise through SoundCloud, get the feeling I'm wasting my time. Abuse crush so divine, then go back to the grindstone. That's the couch in my home, a wormhole to the fifth dimension. Opens when headphones attach and closes as I lift them. Lie one up, pour some Henny and Coke into a tall cup and sip it slow. Miss the feeling of mud and moss between my toes. Fuck the city, fuck shitty people, fuck pity for a weasel. Fuck every shitty easel glorified like Bango cut his ear off for its upheaval. Apply memory retrieval, but check to my childhood. Exploring for a solo, or with homies like Calvin and Hobbes would. Fuck projection or reflection, I need a tangible connection. Each direction understood, back to the place I once stood. Get the fuck out my face, bitch, I don't wanna fuck with ya. Going back to the place where I first seen the sun. Smoke 2 blunts to the face when I wake and when I slumber. And if the weather's under 50, then I'll return in the summer to a secluded place to get away, cause I don't wanna fuck with ya. Rustic taste, neighbors lay at bay, distance is king to us. 3 or 4 days, recalibrate circadian rhythm. Blunted dabs with my lads, rejuvenate my moods with them. to societal alienation, on the brink of being synced with Mother Earth's vibrations. Feeling elated, reverberations of my aura cascade. Northern lifestyle, all the while my sonar never fades. Walk among giants born before revolution. Stand on sand, outlining lands, looking out on the ocean. Salt water exfoliates the skin on my feet. Let the sound of crashing waves rock me gently to sleep. I don't wanna fuck with ya. Going back to the place where I first seen the sun. Smoke 2 blunts to the face when I wake and when I slumber. And if the weather's under 50, then I'll return in the summer to a secluded place to get away, cause I don't wanna fuck with ya. Rustic taste, neighbors lay at bay, distance is king to us. 3 or 4 days, recalibrate circadian rhythm. Blunted dabs with my lads, rejuvenate my moods with them.
Man, you ain't Quintic Calabi. You just don't wanna be who looks like him. Ain't that some shit?
Bad thoughts. We just have to learn to channel them into something constructive.
Well, I want to murder everyone I see.
Well, you know, I mean, maybe there's a job out there for people that feel that way.
Actually, there is. You should consider being a creative. I'm haunted by uncontrollable thoughts of mutilation on a daily basis. I channel it all into my work.
I never got that impression from reading Marmaduke.
Did you get the impression I was trying to make you laugh?
things are really starting to depress me. Know what I mean?
Yeah, I do, ninja, yeah, I do. Constant killings, relentless, making victims out of innocence, so who? Clears cops for field work with a steel jerk and no clue how to tactfully, accurately assess the situation. If you don't want the responsibility, don't bitch about the payment. That's the lamest excuse. Lame as Cambridge Analytica, posting advertisements on social media. That's propaganda. Hold your hands up, lay face down on the ground, don't move a muscle. Trying to frighten you into running, but you too cunning for the scuffle. Ponder with your lips in the dirt, the hurt caused by civilian rebuttal. Like all these lives lost didn't originate with mothers, significant others and lovers. Let them face their troubles solo, drowning in legal debt, breathing in the sorrow. Tomorrow something borrowed is the will to live, even though you could just jump out your window, reunite with the ones you've lost. But you can't erase the thought of strangling the bastard cop, waving a star-spangled banner in my hand while it burns, till this nation commiserates minorities with more than just words. To sit back intact and act like this shit don't affect me would be the actions of a lesser me. These killings is depressing me.
Know what I mean?
Yeah, I do, ninja. Can't approach a situation gunning for #1 contender. Doesn't matter if you have a weapon or the eclectic knowledge to defend ya. One false move and you're a dead man, killed by the hands of a repentant sinner. With a shit grin as he sits through a bogus murder trial. All the while, biased precedent kept his heart rate docile, but inside there's a smile. It's a dead giveaway, like shovels protruding out of a freshly dug grave. It seems feasible to me that any reasonable officer could reason since 1993 that you won't get charged with shit for killing an innocently living being who just happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. Rough looking face, must be thanks to crime. You're afraid and he's inclined to shout multiple orders to disarray your mind. Get on the ground, what's your name? God damn it, be quiet, don't even think about trying to flee. Show me some ID, watch out, he's reaching for his waist. He's only trying to comply, fuck it, shoot him in the face. It's a display of the way the training, Supreme Court precedent laced. Graham vs. Connor, your honor, these people have no case. That 1 second was frantic, I panicked and unloaded half a clip. Split second decision, my life or his, and I'm not about to slip. I'm not pretending to cry, I'm fucking terrified of prison. Not the first time I illegally took a life and needed defended. Taxpayers spending their grease for your fully paid leave. 3 months before you adorn that uniform and feel supreme. But I got my phone recording the illegal search and seize with no plans of arresting me. Goddamn, these killings is depressing me.
Know what I mean?
Yeah, I do, ninja. Can't approach a situation gunning for #1 contender. Doesn't matter if you have a weapon or the eclectic knowledge to defend ya. One false move and you're a dead man, killed by the hands of a repentant sinner. With a shit grin as he sits through a bogus murder trial. All the while, biased precedent kept his heart rate docile, but inside there's a smile. It's a dead giveaway, like shovels protruding out of a freshly dug grave. I've been stopped by a cop just for walking down the street. I saw you strolling with your hood up, I know it's only 30 degrees, but it's 3 in the morning, so I'm checking for warrants. ID please, with hydro flask in hand, I knew compliance was key. After confirmation from an officer on his radio, I was free. I couldn't believe I was profiled, the feeling was juxtaposed. I was drunk and walking home being responsible, but you never know when an officer with no honor will infringe upon your rights. The pity's the systematic stupidity, no one will realize the lack of training's on purpose. Seems bad, but really the worst is the continuation of racism in a nation of clay pigeons. Convince us to fight each other while corrupt politicians jettison us to the slaughter on catapults paid for by sin, while they send their sons and daughters to Ivy League colleges. The problem is the NRA's got congressional slaves on the payroll. Media paints halos over those who start wars on drugs, not gun control. Pay attention to the way that fourth branch takes advantage, playing on people's emotions while their agenda is implanted. The stockholders with the Hitler-esque propaganda demented. If you can't stand it, band together, we can all be the supplanters. This hate-mongering frivolity, goddamn, these killings is depressing me.
Clark was killed last Sunday when officers who were pursuing him on foot for suspected vandalism mistook his cell phone for a gun and began shooting at him. They unloaded at least 20 rounds from their weapons, but they later learned Clark was unarmed.
Traditional fire lighting ceremony typical of a swordsmith.
First, he hammers a plain iron rod down to a sharp point. When the tip of the rod is struck hard and fast, the point absorbs enough heat to be able to light a piece of paper. This kind of hammering technique is the starting point for Japanese sword making.
Born in a crucible of fire, nearly 30 tons of iron ore and charcoal makes the pyre, creating pure mahogany straight from the hands of the gods. 72 hours, no sleep, just heat and love for traditions. Founded before feudal Japan's inception, no correction necessary. Modern technology secondary, an understanding of the metal at an atomic level. Before the inventions of microscopes, satellites and telephones obliterate as stone groans as trees collapse. Master Bushido and be shown the utmost respect. The only citizens allowed to be profoundly trapped. These two swords on my soul, Bushido is a roadmap. Loyalty and honor above all else. Circumvent valor misbegot. Know thyself, know that wealth won't buy the god's favor for later. Check yourself, if you're reluctant, then you probably repugnant. Got a gun, hug it. My sword conquers the speed of a bullet. Slice a bald head in two when epidermis mullet. When the moon's fullest, pierce the night with a lone wolf howl. With no master to serve, constantly move around between cities, find peace in nature and meditation. Roll a smoke and take my time. This is a life dedication.
To make a sword strong and flexible, the steel must be completely uniform throughout the length of the blade. To achieve this, many layers are squeezed together in the forging process.
I'm constructed from the hardest, sharpest steel on the outside. Soft malleable cuts, a samurai sword in human form that better be a false crutch. Or you must invoke the force to make your legs stand up. But in my mind I own the sea, so good fucking luck. A rocket launcher, lightsabers, arrows lined with razors, enough to eclipse the sun. 4,000 acres, 10 ships with 1,000 men and 3-ton anchors couldn't break the strength of my samurai sword. Is stainless, made of the finest iron ore and steel arranged. And it rings the earth like a plague from God's enraged fist.
The sword, the soul of the samurai. The sword is the key of heaven and of hell.
Been sharpening my skills, practicing keeping a straight face. Samurais never betray their emotions in a public display. The training's insane, starting at the most delicate age. Initiated by teen years with razor-sharp blades. Taught to exercise mercy for you. I'll excogitate a method of death that'll unnerve you in the worst way. First things first, I will actually eat your brain. Braise it in a pan with spam, onions, peppers, and 2 eggs. Cause a true monster doesn't have to publicly make the claim. You can hear it in people's voices when they speak the fucking name. The Assassin King, the soul bender of squads. Either will do, or a synonym from up the stars. Asperser, exterminator, whichever you find less appalling. Just cop you know who, if it suits your ecophonics. A show of fear you can't afford, like injections of eubonic. Cheap, 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 you chicken, you poop, you too sweet. Stick to your demographic, inelastic twins age 13. Terrified cause the look in my eyes is stripped of humanity. You got one chance to leave with your life and your dignity. I took the heads of 100 lords that were well-to-do. Then I took the head of the king that paid me so it looks like the shoes on the other foot. You little puss, bleeding for your earthly being. Even if it's fictional, the death of Christ still has more meaning than any thought you'll be conceiving or any action you'll ever take. The words you write are prophetic, don't ever make that mistake. Eradicate your soul in a dimensional mystique. The coldest cold you've ever known, ice like it will be. The blood in your veins coagulates and then begins to freeze. If the abdominal is indeed the seed of the soul, then my soul's as cold as penguin belly slide into the snow. That would explain the Hansel and Gretel trail of carnage. Seems like no one believes the rumors. I'm constructed from the hardest, sharpest steel on the outside. Soft malleable cuts, a samurai sword in human form that better be a false crutch. Or you must invoke the force to make your legs stand up. But in my mind I own the sea, so good fucking luck. A rocket launcher, lightsabers, arrows lined with razors, enough to eclipse the sun. 4,000 acres, 10 ships with 1,000 men and 3-ton anchors couldn't break the strength of my samurai sword. Is stainless, made of the finest iron ore and steel arrangements, and it rings the earth like a plague from God's enraged fist. Take a bath enhanced by petals of lavender and saccharide. Water cleans blood off the body, Buddha cleans exit off the mind. Grip the shark skin hilt of my sword and then swing with enough force the blood's flung off. And then I sheathe the thing, only using circumstances of absolute necessity. Apply judo techniques to the foes who ain't worth the killing. Disrespect is repaid swiftly, shifty shit talkers scatter. You might think your weapon's better, but it don't fucking matter how many times you shoot me. If I die, I return to life. The ability to live through death signifies a true samurai. People acting like semi-automatics make them tough, when any pussy can go to the store and buy a gun. You wanna be a real man, we can go fisticuffs to fisticuffs, but when you're more abundant, I'm still throwing blows at your guts. You best make sure your boys stay back the fuck up. You knew what you signed up for, can't back out of this one. Condemned to death, drop the anchor bound to the stern cleats. Watch me put your feet in a bucket of wet concrete, then throw you in the ocean with a separate bucket of chum. Sit back, smoke a fat sack, and watch the sharks come. Sharks come. Sharks come.
All the operations are performed with barely a word spoken. The commands of the swordsmith's hammer is all that is required.
Separate every element in your body, purified and reborn. Sacrifice to a demon in a scheme to clip him strong. Spit some Latin in his face, then salute. Force him into servitude, you're screwed. No salvific corridor, you're going to hell too. Compelled fools to sell tools for torture to the rulers whose stories vary, but they all fancy mortuary environments. Crying why at my feet, I'll say it again. It was nothing personal at all, it's just revenge. Replaying thoughts of serrated cerebration, replacing variables in hopes of peace of mind instead of racing. Cognitive dissonance over severed heads, torsos, and appendages. Toddlers with no fathers sacrifice their life to avenge the kin. Dominate my foes physically, simultaneously, subliminally. Wreck your subconscious and ego with my verbal assault. Peel your skin off and toss you onto a pile of salt. You soft like mothra and cloth after decades of neglect. I'm hard like granite castles, kings and queens erect. You want that sword, you'll have to rip it from my ice cold fingertips. Shit, I'll tear your life from your warm, bleeding ego lips, like the steadily decreasing pace of your EKG blips.
I've contained my rage for as long as possible, but I shall unleash my fury upon you like the crashing of the thousand waves! I am untethered and my rage knows no bounds!
Don't exist at the confines of space and time. That's why when I hit the fifth dimension, I claimed it as mine. Don't know if I can describe the feeling inside. When I hold a cold lid, I guess I'll try. Stay enamored by cold steel and resurrect. Move along, fuck you, I'd rather cut you instead. Tear into a ligament, touch and feel a little bit. Resist to commit murder, just belittle the filament. Till I nix again, strange diction's a killer. Fuck settling for window, I'm the fucking soul ripper. Cocky, arctic bravado. Shudder as the hailstorm makes you stutter. Stuck, in staccato. Grab lapels and smack you like a bitch. I told you I know many males that take the word bitch to another level or dimension. Don't mention my name in the sexist claim. make you taste the juice in your brain. Collect your blood in fancy crystal jars. In my crew and write these words that are filling these bars. Word hero, not a joke, irrefutable contact. Closer rapidly, the lessons on the track, and that's a fact. When life starts being unbearable and heinous, bitch, with black widow venom and a gangly clit. Don't spit, you get it aroused and cause the skin to split. Protruding sharp spines in your life in a chip. Spills and devil going in your mouth, hiding beneath the lips. And thousands of tiny razor sharp teeth tearing at your skin, trying to consume what lies beneath. Only macabre opens, melancholy opus you bequeath.
Did you know that it only takes 2 pounds of pressure to drive someone's nose bone into their brain?
Why are you telling me this, Louise?
Revenge.
Now I suggest you keep stepping up this one. This is Stone